It is now time for us to turn to the Bishop's Cross Awards. So at St. Paul's Bellingham, Jim Beckwith has been nominated for the Bishop's Cross Award. Jim has served faithfully as the treasurer of our diocese from January of 2021 until June of this year. Jim was always collaborative, curious, calm under pressure. He was also the consummate professional and even better, good-humored. Jim stepped into the role of treasurer at an especially crucial time. The pandemic was in its early stages and would continue to affect the work that Jim did throughout his entire tenure. Not only did Jim's predecessor, Barb Fox, leave big shoes to be filled, but she had also just suffered a massive stroke. Charles Thorne, our canon for finance, had not yet started. And Jim had the auspicious honor of serving not for just one, but for 3 bishops within our diocese while he was diocesan treasurer. He gets points just for that. Early on in his tenure, Jim began meeting with Canon D.D. Moore, and what initially started as a way for Jim to get his bearings now has turned into a weekly meeting of key senior staff and the conveners of the Budget and Finance Committee, which continues to this day. That meeting remains critical for the group to collaborate with both one another and to support our diocese. As treasurer, Jim liked to focus on risk. For him, risk was not about maintaining the status quo and keeping the institution unchanged, but instead, by focusing on risk, Jim wanted decision makers to lean into more faithful discipleship. He often liked to say that the diocese had to invest for the long term, and for Jim, that meant investing until the second coming of Christ. To do that, people needed to put their decisions into perspective by considering the larger and longer context of the questions at hand, and only then could more faithful decisions be made. Jim liked to say that he came from a family of clergy, and yet he chose not to follow them into ordained ministry. At times he joked about this, while at other times he was pensive about his choice of vocation. Jim's service to our diocese is a reminder that every ministry matters. Every ministry is holy. Everyone who is baptized belongs to the priesthood of all believers. May each of us follow faithfully in those footsteps. And so it is with great pleasure that I present the Bishop's Cross Award to Jim Beckwith.